Hey guys, welcome to the Bin Zone. Shalana here, and today we'll be talking about the Netflix original movie, Anon, which is short for Anonymous, and we're going to be breaking down the movie, the ending, to get a better understanding of this movie. Now, let's just jump into the movie. Anon stars Amanda Seyfried and Clive Owen, and this movie takes place in a dystopian future in which we are all human beings from birth until their death are implanted with augmented reality devices that allow for people to see everything around them, information about everything. For example, if you walk in and you meet somebody for the first time, you see their name, their nationality, their age, their occupation. If you go to the store, you can actually interact with physical objects. When you pick up items to purchase, you pay with this augmented reality device. You see items such as cakes, candies, whatever you see, the nutritional values, the caloric intake, all those things are presented to you in your vision. It's all part of this new future that we all are part of. And because of that, everyone has something they call a record. Now, the record is essentially everything you've ever seen throughout your entire life. From the time you're a child all the way up until your death, it's all recorded and stored in the ether. And the ether is just another word for the cloud. All this information is stored up in the cloud. And this is where Clive Owen's character Sal comes into it. He is a detective, and what he does and the way he solves crime is by going through people's records. For example, if there's a crime afoot, they can essentially go into the victim's memory banks, whether they're dead or not, pull it from the ether, review from the victim's point of view, review it from the criminal's point of view, review it from the witness's point of view, and come up with whether the person's innocent or guilty or not, depending on the circumstances. While the system, for the most part, is part of everyday life in society, our main character stumbles upon a young woman who has no digital footprint. He walks past her in the street and there is no information on her name, her age, nothing shows up. And that intrigues him because not many people have that. The only few people who have that in this world are called ciphers. And ciphers are essentially hackers who remove themselves from the system. And in order for them to try to figure out who she is, they have to try to find her using the limited information they have. But then that data gets corrupted and they no longer have the information to find her. And to make matters worse, this Cipher, Amanda Seyfried's character, is one that does kind of hacking for hire. Essentially, you have individuals, rich individuals, who have moments in their lives that they wish to erase, whether it's a bad business deal, whether it's scamming somebody, whether it's cheating on their spouse, whatever it is, they hire her to scrape these from their record so that way, even if someone wants to investigate them, they won't have the information because that person doesn't remember it. It's not in their record. She alters the record. For example, you can see something, she'll erase whatever you saw, replace with something else. So she gets into your augmented reality server and she pretty much rewrites everything you have in your memory banks. Now, the story kicks off when some of her victims start dying. Like every victim she has a transaction with ends up dying, which brings Clive Owen's character, the detective, to put two and two together. If she's working for these high-profile clients, and then these high-profile clients end up dying, it stands to reason that maybe she's the one killing them. So now we have this detective noir type of movie because Clive Owen's character pretty much fits the description of a detective noir character. His ex-wife wants nothing to do with him. He has a drinking problem. Amanda Seyfried's a femme fatale who has a bit of mystery and he has to find out what's going on. So Clive Owen's character goes undercover as a business broker and he has an affair with an escort. And now he wants her to come in and scrub that information from his memory banks. And after that happens, and he starts to become intrigued with this woman because in this world where almost nobody has privacy, especially from him because of his nature as a detective, he has the ability to go into your history. So no one is a mystery to him except for this woman. So she intrigues him. And as the case progresses and as he's trying to uncover further evidence against her, she comes to discover his true secret, that he's a detective. And that's when the crux of the story takes place. Now that she knows who he is, they start messing with him in the sense that they're able to hack. These ciphers especially her, are able to hack live feed. For example, they're able to alter what he sees. They're able to make him see nothing in traffic when it's a busy traffic, having him drive into traffic lanes and get into car accidents. They're able to have him see a train at a train station where he's able to walk into the train. but there's no train. The train is actually coming and he nearly dies. Like, the ability to not only mess with the minds of individuals, but mess with their history and kind of beat the system goes deeper. I wish the movie would have delved deeper into that aspect, but it really doesn't. It's the mystery of it all. But as the movie progresses, we come to find out that everything is not what it seems, because in a world where everything is augmented reality, the reality you're seeing may not be the reality that it actually is, because you are not privy to your own mind, because you give up privacy for security. So the movie is essentially a cautionary tale of what happens when we as a society give up our privacy for security. And when we get to the ending of the movie and the big twist of the movie, we find out that Amanda Seyfried's character is not the hacker who is the one killing all of her victims. It's actually someone who's admiring her work, who actually works for the police force, and he is the one that goes in and kills all her victims to keep her digital footprint even more erased. Because while she is erased from the record and she's erased from the ether, she's not erased from anyone's memory. So, for example, Clive Owen's character, he's seen her. Even though she erased all the memories of her and him interacting in the ether or the cloud, he still has his own physical memory. And in order for his physical memory to be erased, he kind of has to get the bullet. So the antagonist of the movie, the actual bad guy, the actual cop who is killing her victims, is the one who goes in and he kills the people who've seen her. So not only is her digital memory erased, but her physical memory as well. And he is making it look like it's her so he can put her into a corner and he can be with her and they can be invisible together, if that makes sense. Like, it's essentially an obsession. The villain of the movie has an obsession with her character and the brilliance in the way she's able to hide herself from society. Because there's millions of people in the world that cross her every day in the street, but no one seems to remember her in their ether. And the way she does that is by creating an algorithm, and she hides herself from the world and the ether, because you can't really delete information from the ether, but the way she does it is she built an algorithm, and that algorithm actually takes bits and pieces of her life, like frames of her life, and scatters it through everyone in the entire world system. So essentially, the only way to find out her record and her history is to take everyone's mind and pick out every little piece of her mind that she's put in everyone's life and piece together her story. But that becomes virtually impossible to do, because she might just leave 1 second in me, 1 second in you guys, 1 second in everybody, and we have to go piece by piece, person by person, and piece it together. And that is the way she's found a way to beat the system. And because of that, she's able to remain invisible. And at the end, she gives Clive Owen a quote that is a cautionary tale to the age we're living in now, where we have all these things with Facebook and all these different outlets where security is of the utmost importance, but at the same time, we don't want to give up our freedom. And she says that she doesn't have anything to hide, but she also doesn't have anything she wants to show anybody. So it's not about the fact that she has anything to hide. It's about the fact that she doesn't have anything she wants people to see. It's not the fact that it's anything she wants to hide, but she doesn't feel like people need to see her life. And that's a cautionary tale of what's been going on. And essentially, the movie itself is a big cautionary tale of how much for security and enjoyment are we willing to give up? How much personal privacy and freedoms are we willing to give up in order to enjoy the technological advances that we have now? But guys, that's the movie Anon. Let me know your thoughts about the movie in the comment section below. What do you think of the movie? What do you think of the questions it supposits? Also, the movie could have done a way better job of expounding on these ideas, but it didn't. The movie itself is solid, but I wish it would have delved deeper into that whole freedom and security thing, as opposed to being a mystery thriller chase, which I enjoyed, but I would have loved it for the movie to go even deeper in what the theory it was trying to supposit to us. Anyway, guys, that's my explanation of Anon the movie. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Check out some other videos on the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell when you hit subscribe. And until next time, guys, binge on.